Welcome, everyone. This is the English version of KBSF, a podcast about geek culture, basically from Quebec City. My name is Carl Bourdage. I'm your co-host, and I'm with
Sean Feeney, like every other week.
Like every other week.
Yep.
Listen up. You're listening to number 69.2.
That's right, 69.2.
Because we just finished recording the episode number 69 in French just before.
Wait a minute. I just thought of it. It's a reverse 69.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I know.
So, basically, KBSF is a podcast about geek culture from Quebec City. You're going to meet...
Okay. Yeah, we're going to... we're not that serious sometimes.
Yeah,
we got those little things that come in once in a while there.
All the week I was saying to myself, I'm not going to do some crappy joke about sex.
I wasn't. I just said it's a reverse 69.
So, as you can see, we're a podcast made for adults.
Yes, we are.
About geek culture, basically from Quebec City. But we speak about everything.
Yeah, we talk about everything.
And
anything
right now,
and everything. Yep.
The thing that you don't know is that we just ended the episode 69 in
That's
French
right.
by tasting a beer from
Grande
craft beer from Quebec City. Beaubriand.
Outside of Montreal.
Which is named the Heroine. So we just like...
Yeah, it's the same thing in English, eh? We just had a heroin.
We
just had some
heroin.
Wait, you didn't want to do sex jokes, but you'll do heroin jokes?
Yeah, I will. Hey, Sean,
yes.
We're gonna start by saying that yesterday, you may not know, but here in Quebec City.
Oh, yesterday, okay, because right now we're Thursday, and yesterday you mean Wednesday. Is that what you mean? Okay, right.
There's a guy named Carl Tremblay. He's a singer over here. Used to be a singer over here from a band called the Cowboy Fringant.
Yes,
he died yesterday.
Passed away. He passed away
by
cause was cancer, prostate cancer. Okay, and why do we talk about him right now? Because he had a big influence in music, especially in Quebec. Yeah,
and we do like music a lot. But he was a chroniqueur.
He was a oh my God.
Collaborator,
thank you. Yes, that's
in
what it
a
is.
show over here about geek culture called Monsieur Net, which is a big reference over here in Quebec. That used to be, because that show doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, it was on TV on the music equivalent in Quebec, which is called Musique Plus. Yeah.
Over here in Quebec, we used to have a TV station called Musique Plus, like MTV and Much
It was
Music.
the same family as Much Music.
They used to have a show about geek culture made every day.
That's right.
Every day for 30 minutes. And he was the big guy about...
he was the go-to guy for Nintendo, I think you were saying.
Nintendo game, mostly.
Yeah. And the Monsieur Net, if I remember correctly, that was Denis Talbot.
Yes, Mr. Denis awesome. Talbot. That's a fucking legend over here.
He is. Yeah. He's known everywhere. That's listen, like when I talk to my cousins from Montreal or friggin' Kingston or anywhere else, like they know who Denis Talbot is. It's like he's known everywhere. He has a reputation that exceeds Quebec.
The guy was one of the first guy who was going to the E3 and
that's right.
Place in going to Japan to see convention.
He'd visit the world because Denis Talbot, before he was doing Monsieur Net, he did the Grandes Aventures. Remember? That's what he did, and that's where he got. That's where my cousins and everyone knew him. It was from when he was going to Magnetic Hill in New Brunswick or out visiting out in Vancouver. All those nice places across the country. So that's how they kind of link between Denis Talbot, Monsieur Net, and the Anglophone world.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how that worked.
Hey, Sean, this week is going to be different because I've...
Well, yeah, of course it's different. It's an English episode.
It's an English episode. It's very different for me. But... usually, I used to own the pace of the show.
That's right. Cal usually he rolls in the reins there. He's the one in charge. Yeah, but today it's me.
Yep. So I just gave you
his list of to-do list, basically.
Yep.
So we just finished talking about Denis Talbot and Monsieur Net and Carl Tremblay.
Wait.
Sad that he had to pass. It's part of life, but now we move on to other big, greater things.
Just gonna say. fast. He was the key co-owner since 2016 of an independent studio called Triple Boris, specialized in development of video games, mobile application, and animation. So the guy passed yesterday.
He just didn't do music. He did a lot of. He was really into also the rest of our geek culture that we enjoy there. Yeah, talking about the geek culture that we enjoy. Everyone knows about the art actor strike that just finished last week.
Yep.
I mean, it's been dry. There has not been. If those who listen to our French episode know, there has not been a lot of news coming in and out of Hollywood or around the world about what the things that we enjoy the most: TV shows and movies and things associated with that. But this week. Now it's over. The news just keeps dropping. Just keeps coming out. And today, what did we read today, Cal? What did we figure out today? Last week we talked about, in French, that the Mandalorian, the main actor of Mandalorian, will not be coming back for the next season.
Exactly.
Everyone, why? How could this be?
Everybody was asking why.
Why? Last of Us, because he's really big. Pedro Pascal, he's really big in Last of Us. He's going to do another season. Yep. Maybe that's why. What happened today?
There were rumors.
Yes.
There were rumors about Gladiator 2.
That's right. There's rumors about that too. But what happened today? What did actually drop today? They said, okay, Pedro Pascal's not coming back.
Pedro Pascal is right now in negotiating for having the role of Mr. Fantastic the upcoming Fantastic Four movie.
That's going to be crazy. I think when I read that today, I went, that's an amazing fit. He's going to be perfect, I think. I mean, personally, the way his mannerism and his characteristics and his way he holds himself, and he's such a versatile actor. I think he will be perfect as Reed Richards.
He's going to be awesome.
I think so. I think so.
Honestly, have you ever seen something that he did that was not good?
No.
I mean,
him himself.
We can speak about Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Which was a crappy movie, but still, he managed to do the job.
Yes, that's right. He was giving something bad, and he made something good with his role. The movie was not that good, but what he did is like, okay, yeah, I know he stood out.
And until this day, this guy has played a role having a mask on every time, and still, when people say that he's not going to do the Mandalorian the next season, we're like, who's going to replace him?
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. But we saw him like twice in 3 seasons.
Yep.
That's the thing. Oh, because for those who don't know Pedro Pascal, he got his popularity in Game of Thrones.
You're right.
That's right. When he gets his head crushed. By the mountain, you remember that?
Oh yeah, I do.
I remember that.
Changed my life.
Yeah, it changed his life too. Pedro Pascal became extremely popular after that role. Mind you, that role was very special. I forget the name of the character though. He was a Spaniard kind of sword fighter. I forget exactly his name there, but yeah, that's where he got his big success was there. And after that, he went. He did a whole bunch of other stuff, and now he's like the go-to guy.
Yeah, it's like Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, exactly.
The new version.
But more
the Antonio Banderas of the 90s.
Yeah, but more geek.
Yep.
That's what's fun about Pedro Pascal. He's got that little geek part to him there. It's fun. Him and his other friend, Oscar Isaac, they're very close. They're good friends, and we're going to be very well treated there in the next couple of years, hopefully. So it's going to be awesome. Reed Richards there, him as Reed Richards, it's going to be fun. Oh yeah. So that was part of the MCU. So that'd be interesting. What else happened in MCU this week? Last week we talked, in French anyway, we talked a little bit about Loki, how I finished the season of Loki. You finally finished season Loki.
I did finish the season 2 of Loki this
season
week.
Season 2, yeah. And what did you think?
I'm not impressed. Actually...
It's hard, eh?
Yeah,
it's difficult.
I really liked the first season, okay? It was fresh. It was a new way of looking at things.
Yes, it was.
The visual of it all.
Mm-hmm.
I really like it.
The aesthetic was very nice.
Yep. Really big kind of Fallout bit of the style with the Miss Minute and everything like that.
Mm-hmm. You know, it had like that 70s Kubrick style where everything was big and beige and orange and kind of everything was epic. It was just really nice.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, I've just finished the season 2 of Loki, and I must say I'm not impressed.
No, I was disappointed. Mine personally, you mentioned in the French version that you listened to another podcast,
which is called Les Geeks d'ici.
Geeks d'ici, that's what it was.
French,
yeah,
and
they liked it more than we did.
Yeah, because we cannot be we cannot be all have the same opinion.
No, that's for sure. No.
But they like it more than we do.
Yeah, but they come from a different aspect. They see it from a different point of view. Because I remember you mentioning they have a more of a cinematic
Clearly,
kind of
those
aspect
two guys,
of it.
one of the two co-hosts,
Yeah.
He must have a big background in the movie and
cinematography.
Cinematography.
Yeah.
So they don't see it at the way that we do.
Yeah, but we see it more of the hardcore comic book kind of person, and then it just. But with that said, the way it finished, the way Loki season 2 finished, if you know what's happening in the MCU and how they're going with the Adventures of Kang, which is supposed to be the new Thanos, evil villain. Well, the actor, he's in big trouble.
Yep.
He's in big. He put his penis in places where it wasn't supposed to be.
So
anyway,
it's bye Kang, man.
And last episode, it gives Disney MCU an out.
Yep.
They can easily replace him now without having too much trouble. Because right now, ever since the actor strike, there's so many things that's changed and going on. So what was planned before the strike, before the pandemic,
I have a feeling like it's being in an airplane going down.
Yes.
And you have actually the emergency exit that just opened. And the slide with the canoe. So that's
exactly. Gone. Oops. Then, look. Oh, my God. Close the door. Oh, the flight's okay now again.
Yep.
Oh, once the extra baggage is gone, and hopefully, and what we saw last week, we talked about it in French again, was Echo, which is another TV show on Disney, which will hopefully reinvent this whole disaster that MCU is going through at the moment.
Well, actually, during the 90s, there was the same thing happening with the comic books, that Marvel it was more like a clean version of it all, and there was never blood and everything like that. And people were going out for DC because they were saying it's more like realistic.
Yeah.
Kind of
more mature.
More mature. Yeah. And I think it's the same thing. And we've said it before in about other shows. Like Black Adam is getting as was maybe.
Yeah, the movie Black Adam.
The movie Black Adam was really Marvel style.
Yeah, it was Marvelized. Yeah.
And the more it goes, stuff from Marvel is getting more DC. I find
the last thing of Marvel's
they're going to find their way.
They're going to find a way, because right now Marvel's lost that. They've lost it. But like I was saying, the trailer that we saw of Echo, which is coming out in a couple weeks, and it's going to be rated R as a TV show.
Yep.
Gives us hope that maybe the MCU realized that the mistakes they made with Ant-Man, Quantumania, even with Captain Marvel, not Captain Marvel, but the Marvels that came out just recently, there's a little something that is not appropriate, not necessarily appropriate, that it's not attracting enough attention or enough passion. It's just a weird feeling that MCU seems to be lost.
Yep.
They seem to be in a forest and they have no idea where they're going. But once they canceled Daredevil, and they're rebooting it because apparently it sucked. The new Daredevil Reborn, they canceled it and they're starting anew. Then they dropped the trailer for Echo, which is like, okay, this is like Netflix Marvel, which is something that Cal and I really enjoy. Yep. Netflix Marvel is like the Marvel for us. That is a great TV shows. All those TV shows on Marvel and Netflix were just, they were.
You can think whatever you want
really
about
nice.
Iron Fist from the Kowloon.
Okay, what? I don't.
Danny Grand.
Sorry, I can't hear you. La 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 la.
Yeah.
Okay, Cal liked Iron Fist. I hated it.
Okay, first of all, I didn't like Iron Fist.
Oh, I thought you did.
I'm a fan of kung fu movies from the 70s, and I did enjoy the fact that they were having that kind of vibe.
Oh, yeah. They had a little bit of the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about it.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. But there's a lot.
But still.
But it was no Jessica Jones. It was not no Punisher. No. It was no Daredevil.
No Luke Cage.
No Luke Cage. Yeah. No, yeah. But now,
and
with
clearly
Echo...
not the Punisher.
And which is good news, because that was the beautiful thing what we saw with Echo. What happens now with Punisher?
They said that Punisher is going to be as violent as they want it to be.
Yeah, as it needs to be.
As it needs to be. It's
as
going
it
to
needs
be.
To be, yep.
And if you know the character, the Punisher,
yep.
It needs to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be rated R, man.
Yeah, and it has no choice. And that's the beautiful part. Like, since Echo came out, they said Blade, the new movie Blade, will be rated R as well. Deadpool. Of course, Deadpool has no choice but to be rated R. But it's going to, hopefully, this will give a new breath. It's a new wind that will push MCU into another direction.
You say that Deadpool has to be rated R?
Has to be rated R. Has no choice.
I wouldn't be surprised.
You would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised that they made it like rated teen, just to try to nerf it.
Maybe
and try to get.
But
I'm happy as you that it's going to be rated R.
Yeah, but actually with Daredevil they can go either way. Actually, not Daredevil, sorry, Deadpool, they can go R or not. It depends on what kind of move they want to make.
They have to go R.
Yeah, with Deadpool, it could be very interesting. It could be, anyway. Yeah. So,
Sean, what are you doing the 2 or 3 December?
Well, apparently, in Montreal, they're going to have a mini Comic-Con.
Yes, sir.
But apparently you're working this year.
I'm working this year.
Last year you went together, as you, I, and your brother.
Yep.
Oh, we went up with Heidi and Catherine, I think. Did we go? Yeah, I think we did.
Year?
Yeah, I think we did. We think we all went up. If I remember correctly.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah. I remember it was more than. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not sure, but
you're not sure anymore. Or no, because we did.
I think we went.
It was just you, me, and your brother.
Yep, and Cal maybe Cal Falardeau.
No, Falardeau. No.
Patrick Moisin.
Yes, it was Moisin. You're right. Oh, so many times. So so that's 2-3 December mini Comic-Con,
and it's free.
Yeah, it's free entry. Yeah.
See, if you never went to a Comic-Con and you want to try the kind of vibe that you can have over here in Quebec.
But it's not the same because there's no... It's just buying. There is no stars. There's no autographs. There's no... That's for sure. You'll find some very rare items. That is guaranteed. There is some little gems that pop up left and right. It's crazy how there's a lot of local artists that go there that only sell during cons. So you can find them there. But 6 hours... Quebec City, back and forth. It's 3 hours there, 3 hours back.
What you can have and the cash that you're going to spend that you can have, you can buy maybe online. The same thing online.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but it is honestly, if like Cal was saying, if you want that vibe of what it feels like to be in a con without having the huge crowd, because it's guaranteed it's not going to be as big a crowd.
Usually, we're targeting more an audience from Quebec City, but if you're listening to us right now in English, maybe you're from Montreal,
or even Ottawa,
or Ottawa, in
that
region
area,
or the area, and you want to try it, go for it. It's free. It's free.
And like I said, you will find stuff there that you will not find anywhere else. Not at every boutique, or every booth. Sorry, not boutique, but booth. But there is stuff that you will find, little gems. Yep.
Speaking of getting more for your bang for your buck, right now we're Tuesday, so
no,
Thursday.
Yes.
I hate it.
You hate Tuesdays and Thursdays?
No, I hate the way that those two words are the same almost.
They're not. There's a two and there's a third.
Try it. Mardi, jeudi.
Yeah, exactly. There's
French,
a difference.
They're called mardi and jeudi.
That's right.
Okay, so for me, it's
a lot easier. Yeah.
Actually, tomorrow is going to be Friday.
That's right.
It's going to be the Black Friday.
Yep.
And if you want to get more for bang for your buck, actually, we've spotted for you the biggest deal that you can have right now on the Black Friday deals. It's going to be a Walmart for a geek. You're going to can have Assassin's Creed Mirage for $50. Xbox controller is going to be $60. PS5 controllers are going to be $70. Switch controllers, not the Joy-Con, the version like arcade kind of.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be $40, and you can have one of the game of Zelda for $55, knowing that it's not. You have usually things from. I'm not a Nintendo guy. I don't really know that.
Yeah, neither do I.
But one thing that I know for sure is that the price don't drop on Nintendo.
No, it's very rare.
Especially for Mario and Zelda. So
that's interesting that their game goes on special tomorrow. Yeah. Yep. So some people who are fans.
That's at Walmart.
Yeah.
And the other thing that we spotted is Hero Forge is a.
What is Hero? Tell our fans what Hero Forge is.
Actually, Hero Forge is a website made for so you can make your own miniatures about like Dungeons and Dragons and everything like that. There's thing of sci-fi's. You can make.
What do you mean make? What do you mean? What do you mean by make?
You go on the website and you create your own miniature.
Okay.
And after that, you can choose to either order that miniatures in plastic or in metal.
Okay.
Or you can get the STL to print it at home.
So that means if you have a 3D printer, you download the STL. So basically what you're telling me, you can make you.
Yes. Actually, I've tried it.
Yes.
I made for Marvel Crisis Protocol some sometimes you need civilian in that game.
Yeah, sometimes.
And I made people from my work
as an NPC for a tabletop game.
Yeah. Instead of having just like a piece of cardboard, make it written civilian.
Yeah,
you can put the people from my work.
So you took a picture, or you made? Did you upload a picture of them, or did you just pick and choose parts?
Just pick and choose until it works.
We're
gonna make you yourself.
Oh my god!
Okay, right. Yeah. So until the 11th of November.
11th of November? No, December.
27. November 27.
Yeah, 27th of November.
It's gonna be 20% off as a physical copy that you can order already printed.
Okay.
If you go for the STL digital version that you can print at home and choose later on the size that you want to, it's going to be 50% off.
Oh, wow. So if you have a 3D printer, that's the deal.
Yeah.
You print it out in your own resin. So that's for sure. If you don't have a 3D printer that doesn't print metal, that kind of sucks for you. But who has one of those?
Yeah, but I did. I have a 3D printer as a layer with a filament version.
Okay. Yeah.
I do not recommend that for printing miniatures.
Okay.
But if you want to do like a statue of it all,
you really? Can. Oh, like an award?
Yeah.
Here, you're like employee of the week.
Each year.
We've done this for 1 year so far.
For 1 year so far, and last year we had around the New Year's Eve a special edition of the podcast that we were making our geek choice for the year.
Yeah, it was our award ceremony. It was our own award ceremony. I think
which we called the Albini Award.
That's right. That was beautiful.
Because of Steve Albini, an artist that we really like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. One of our heroes. Yeah.
So maybe we're going to do the KBSF Award.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Just walk around with the KBSF award.
Something like an Oscar that you're going to hold in your hand and go like, I have a KBSF award.
I'm so proud of myself. I got a KBSF.
A Sean Award, the guy with the biggest pile of shame of comic book to read.
Oh, God, we'll talk about that later.
Or the Cal Bodage Award, the guy with the most miniatures unpainted.
Unpainted, yes. Yes, the number of HeroQuest boxes that I see. Anyway, that was a story for another day. We already talked about that in the past. Anyway, if we continue with our geek culture theme that we like to do on this show, last week, a new MCU movie came out, The Marvels.
Yep.
At first, I was actually kind of happy. Maybe I might go see it. I decided, it might be interesting. Work, whatever else, I lost time.
Yep.
And I'm happy I didn't waste my time. Apparently, it's not that good.
Things don't look really great for that show.
I mean, honestly, it did a great first weekend for a horrible movie. It made $47 million US.
Yeah, but
that is bad.
Do they really
That's not
have
good.
really competitions right now?
That's the worst part. They have no competition and no one goes.
Yep.
That's not a good sign for a movie. That is so not good. Miss Marvel, the one I don't know if people have seen it on Disney Plus. The show was all right. They kind of introduced mutants to the MCU. Then there was WandaVision, where they came in with another Marvel's character. There was Monica Rambeau. And now they've decided to join everyone together, have the Marvels. So you got Miss Marvel, Monica Rambeau, and Captain Marvel. And even with all that, it seems to be a flop, sadly.
Actually, I think it's going to be a thing that everybody's are waiting to watch on Disney Plus.
Yeah, they're going to wait. They're going to pay the big... It doesn't seem to be the kind of thing you'd actually spend the big money at a cinema.
You don't want to go like, I'm gonna be told when to watch something at what time.
Exactly. It doesn't seem to be worthwhile. Yeah. So with that said, I went to watch the spoilers.
And Did
you watch the spoilers for him?
No, I haven't. No. But I just want to say something about movie over here in Quebec. Most of the time, it's in French.
Yeah.
And we do like to watch movies in English.
Yes. Most as possible.
It's the original version.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that's the thing. We don't necessarily watch English movies. We like watching in the original version. Either be German, French, Japanese, subtitled, whatever else.
Yep.
But it's the original that we like to see.
And
an English version, original in Quebec, it happens once a day and usually at 9 o'clock at night.
Yep. And 9 o'clock at night, if you're going to watch a movie that's not so good, when you had your day at work and everything like that.
Yeah, and the worst part is you're on vacation. You could have, but even then the movie did not seem good enough to waste time.
Nope.
That's always
I'm going to prefer watching something over...
on your pile of shame.
Doing my... working on my pile of shame.
Yeah.
Watching something on Netflix at my home. Or just playing a video game.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah. So what else on TV did we watch this week? We did Loki. We talked about Marvels. And apparently you watched Cobra Kai.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, we just learned today that there's going to be a 6th season, and the final season is coming out. Okay.
Oh.
Yep.
And your opinion, is that too many seasons or is it just right?
I think it's too much. Okay. Actually, so I'm going to watch it anyway. Okay. So Cobra Kai is like the teenager movie that you used to watch as a teenager.
Okay, back in the 80s.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's going to be the same, maybe the same thing. And it's going to be okay.
Mm-hmm.
Keep the mindset as a child of art.
Okay, yeah,
art.
Right. Yeah.
And everything is going to be okay.
Keep low expectations.
Yep.
Don't say it's going to be a freaking the masterpiece episode or TV show.
This ain't going to be a Stanley Kubrick thing.
Oh,
you know what?
Yeah.
It's going to be.
It's not some David Lynch or something like that. It's not something extremely complicated. It's just an easy peasy. Have fun.
You're gonna have fun. It's gonna be like you're gonna watch your girlfriend and gonna go like, "Hey, do you watch The Office tonight again, or do you watch Cobra Kai?"
Okay. So it's
Cobra Kai.
It's not like me when I watched Fall of the House of Usher.
No, because you really like that show.
Oh my God. For those who don't have Netflix, or for those who do not know Edgar Allan Poe, this is just an amazing show. I did not have high expectations when I first saw it. Well, yes and no, because I enjoyed what the showrunner of the show, Mike Flanagan, he's done some good, interesting stuff in the past. Midnight Mass, Midnight Club, Haunting on House Hill. I forget exactly the other stuff he's done for Netflix, but I was really pleasantly surprised with what I've seen and what I've enjoyed with Fall of House of Usher. It is based loosely and sometimes directly from the works of Edgar Allan Poe. Yes, there is a short story, Fall of House of Usher, which is kind of the basic inspiration for the TV show. But throughout the TV show, it also introduces the other works of Edgar Allan Poe. And the last episode that I watched, episode 5, oh wow, it amazed me. The quality of the production, the special effects, the character development, the mise en scène. It gave me goosebumps. It was so well done. Yes, it is classic Gothic horror with some gore and just the right amount of jump scare. It's nothing like a more modern day horror movie that we've come accustomed to the past 10 years. It's like a throwback to way things were done in the a Vincent Price movie or a Stephen King back in the day. It's extremely well done, and like I mentioned before, the character development in The Fall of House of Usher takes the cake. It's well done. It's an easy approach. You really get attached to these characters from the get-go. The way it's written, the way they're acted, the way they're seen on the screen, the way the camera angles are taken, and it is beautiful. I love the nuance and the little hidden things left and right. I'm gonna try it
for sure.
Oh, it is. It is really fun. I have had a great time with it. In the French version,
we talked about it before, and we said that actually, as you may notice, I'm francophone. Okay,
what, Cal? You're francophone?
Yep.
What?
Pretty much.
What do you mean?
So, actually, Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah.
It's not something that we learn in high school like you do.
Oh yeah, well, Edgar Allan Poe, we were introduced to him.
Okay.
But we don't really study his work. I became more accustomed to his work later on in life when I got really into this H.P. Lovecraft. And I really got into this idea that it's the story that pushes the horror and not the horror that pushes the story. And Edgar Allan Poe is exactly what it is. It's the story that pushes the horror. So you're going along, you're following the characters, you're following the scenery, and all of a sudden it's like, oh no. Where'd that come from? And the TV show is exactly like that.
Genius. As an author, he's a genius.
Yeah, he's written more short novels, short stories, and poems than most anyone in that kind of style. And in the TV show, it gives it justice. It is well done. English, actually, French, German, doesn't matter. You can watch it. You can be deaf, and you can watch it, and you can understand.
That's going to be awesome. You know what? We've spoke a lot before in the French version of the podcast that the actors strike.
Yeah, the actors strike. Yes,
and the
writer strike.
The writer strike.
Yeah.
And in French, we told about it like La Traversée du Mordor.
That's right. It is like the voyage to Mordor in The Hobbit, not The Hobbit, Lord of the Rings.
And we said that. Once the strike is going to be ended, it's going to be, you're going to have like a sad journey to do.
Yeah, exactly. To get into the Mount Mordor. Yeah. The Mount Doom.
Yeah, there's not going to be much to look at.
No, really not. And we're really lucky. We're really lucky for this strike that we have all our streaming. So honestly, keep House of Usher on those evenings, and their pile of shame, and it's like, oh, all you have is freaking reality TV to watch.
Put it on your list, your Netflix list.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you're gonna go like, I don't know what to watch anymore.
And you go into your list, and there it is.
Yep.
Honestly, there's 8 episodes. I decided not to binge. I know a lot of people like to binge. You can talk to some of my friends. They know that I do not like to binge, and they get pissed off at me because I don't binge, but that's okay. That's on them.
For your defense, we do have to watch and try a lot of things for the podcast.
Yes, we do. So that's why I go for one episode at a time, so I actually have an episode every week to talk about. It's a lot easier than binging. So when I did this, I watched this episode. This week on, it already came out, but this episode for me this week was basically number 5 was based on The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe.
That's not the thing with the crow?
No, that's the Raven.
Okay.
The Telltale Heart, they also did in The Simpsons. They have a version of it in Simpsons. The Telltale Heart is where something happens and you feel guilty about it, and all you hear is a heartbeat. But the heartbeat's not real. It's all in your head. And it just drives you crazy. It is crazy. Honestly, the show is like, do a little research on it. It's really fun. I started rereading Edgar Allan Poe because of it. I really have, and it's fun with Edgar Allan Poe. It's so old, it's free on the internet.
Okay, because it's like
the copyright is dead, and it's called Project Gettysburg.
Okay,
you go on that site, Project Gettysburg. Everything that the copyright is now dead, it's free to read on this site, and it's everything. It's really good. It's interesting. That's where I get my stuff. If you like reading on a tablet.
We call it in French, I'm searching for the right word. Le patrimoine mondial.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly it. Patrimoine. Yeah.
Which means it's been so long that it's part of your culture.
Yeah, it belongs to the world. Yeah. It's no longer, you cannot say, hey, this is mine. And usually in Canada, it's 50 years. In the States, it's 70 years. And Edgar Allan Poe's been dead for a while.
Yeah.
It's been more than a decade or two. But like I said, if you wish to read his stories, they're still there on the Project Gutenberg. And that's what I'm rereading. And honestly, the show is marvelous. I really enjoy the gore. The gore is so nice. I
want to try it.
It's interesting. And it's not a lot. It's just the right amount. So that's enough for TV. Now, I was talking about your specialty. You're really big into gaming. A lot more than I am.
Actually, last week, there were the last Call of Duty, opus of Call of Duty, which was Modern Warfare 3, came out last week. We did a special show about it.
That's right, because it comes out...
the Remembrance Day, Veteran Day.
Remembrance Day, yeah.
And actually, I'm veteran, so
yes, Cal
that's
is.
One of my fun. I've never served in combat, but I did serve.
But he did do his military service.
Yep,
yes,
I did my military service as an air defense gunner, and I did try the last Call of Duty, and I did try last week. I made a critic about it.
Yes, you did. That's
an early critic about it, because the game came out maybe on the
10th. I think
10th, and we record
the 10th,
the same
day.
night.
Yeah.
So we were told that the campaign was 3, maximum 4 hours to make.
That's right.
I did end it.
Well, no, not make to complete the campaign.
Yeah, I've completed the campaign. Yeah. It took me about maybe like 5 or 6 hours.
Oh, okay.
So people are saying it's really bad, but actually it's not that bad. It's just.
But
you don't play Call of Duty for the campaign.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, nowadays people don't play single online. It's always multiplayer online.
Yep.
That's the thing. It's always multiplayer online.
And speaking of multiplayer, I did try the zombie version of it.
Oh, that's right, because we talked in the French version, because I love the zombie version.
You told me you like the
I do. And the
last
previous
time
versions.
I played the zombie version was on, I think it's Black Ops 2.
Oh, okay, that's a long time ago.
It's been a long time ago, and I did really try it right now for the last version, which is more like the DMZ, and you're like parachuted on a place, and you have to extract.
You're in a DMZ, really? A demilitarized zone?
It's excellent. Actually, it's really fun. Okay,
nice.
But it's hard, but it's really fun, and has been said that it's going to be the easiest way to upgrade your weapons.
Oh, okay.
Because you just drop and drop and drop waves of zombies.
Oh wow, that sounds like great fun.
The campaign is not so good. It's just okay. It does the job, but don't pay $90 Canadian plus tax for that movie, that game.
Yeah, for the campaign.
Just for the campaign.
Yeah.
Wait until the price drops.
Yeah, if you're a campaign guy, but who buys these games now just to be played by themselves?
I do know people that.
Yeah, but it's not the majority. I'm sure there's not everyone. Majority. Yeah. So you on the online? How about this online story?
Online.
Tell me about your online story.
Online. This week, I did play a lot online.
Okay, give them a little history though. Give our English fans who don't know about Cal and his Call of Duty.
Okay. It's not about Call of Duty. It's more about I used to be more a Battlefield guy.
Okay, here we go.
And in Battlefield, there was a guy called Blazing UK, best player in the world.
Yeah.
Because I was going on a site they were having my stats and everything like that, and he was the best. He was always like compare your stat to Blazing UK.
Who was number one?
Was number one in the world.
One.
The guy was unbeatable. As long as he stepped in a chopper, he stayed in the chopper and he killed everybody in the map.
All right.
One time, I told it before, I was waiting to get into the chopper.
Yeah.
And the guy, he just cut me out. And I see the guy is like Blazing UK. The guy gets in. So he gets in the chopper before I do.
So he kicks you out of the chopper.
Lift off.
Yeah.
And I took a grenade and I shot the grenade in the back of underneath the chopper.
Oh, really?
And I start using all the ammo that I used to have.
Oh, really?
To try to drop it. And I see the chopper and I poof! Like blow out maybe like 20 feet up.
Off the ground.
The ground.
25 feet off the ground.
Poof, crashing down.
And he dies.
And I saw, you just killed Blazing UK with a grenade.
With a grenade.
Went like, that's my moment. Escape. I quit the game. I did caress my PC, my personal computer, asking him, was it good for me as it was good for you? I took a cigarette and a
sip of beer.
A sip of beer because I was smoking at the time.
That's a long time ago.
Yep. And I went, that was my biggest moment.
Oh, wow.
Until this week.
With the new Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
What happened? Tell me.
You're always aiming for having a kill-death ratio about a 1-on-1.
Yeah.
The idea
you kill everyone,
and
everyone kills you.
C'est ça. Kill as many people as people
they kill
you.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk. Be an even Steven. And if it's better, that's good.
What happened this week?
12-0.
Oh my
Not
God.
12-1. 12-0.
Your kill ratio was 12-0.
I jumped in a tank. I never died in invasion mode. So I've killed 12 real people.
And never died.
The bots, I don't even count. And I've
because they're not counted. That's right. You could kill 100. You could have killed 100 bots.
Yep.
But no one.
So actually, that's
the
big kill-death ratio, and I've never died from the entire game.
Wow.
I've just wiped the map.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's once in a lifetime type of thing, eh? So what happened? If I'm in French episode, you talked about it, how you jumped into a tank.
Yep.
And that was it. You just destroyed. You just dominated.
Yeah, just dominated the game.
Yeah, at one point, I think you remember mentioning in the French version, you spotted a helicopter, and there's 6 people per helicopter, and you just spotted it and went
boom, 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 boom. Pop the chopper
6 dead.
With bots in it. Chopper crashed. On people. That was
kill. Just keeps going up.
Yep.
Kill. Oh my God, Cal. Good job. Oh my God.
So that was my biggest moment of the week about Call of Duty.
Oh my God.
I have to say it. I have to brag about it. That was awesome.
It's funny how it's a nice segue into other combat stuff. What happened else? What happened this week related to friggin' like out there being a GI?
Actually, you did receive actually new comic books over here.
Yeah, I mean, for those who don't know, me, Sean, huge comic book collector, massive.
Yep,
it's insane. It's one of my passions, and I can't get over my passion. I'll talk about that later. But this week, I decided to treat Cal to an early Christmas present. It took me forever. To friggin' get it. But Cal will give a little history behind this. I'll let Cal give some history about why this particular thing is important to him.
Since I'm 10 years old,
yes,
which the year that I discovered this comic book that I used to have, I used to beat him up until I read it until it
fell apart.
Fell apart. Okay, yeah. But one time when I was a teenager, I gave it away. Which is G.I. Joe number 21.
Really?
And G.I. Joe number 1.
Oh, really?
I had both of them in French. But since then, I always said that when you're going to Comic-Con, try to keep the Comic-Con a comic book thing. Okay,
yeah, exactly. So Cal's whole point, Cal's trying to make there is that his holy grail.
Yeah, my holy grail, my and Moby Dick, the blue whale.
Yeah, the Moby Dick's, Moby Dick's whale. Yeah,
that I'm trying to chase to find is G.I. Joe comic book number 21.
That's right.
You actually got it to me for Christmas present.
That's right.
For an early Christmas present.
I cannot keep things to myself. I had to give it to him right away. So right now, Cal, right behind him, he has G.I. Joe.
In a pretty good state, I must say.
I was surprised when I first opened the package because I ordered from the States. Big, huge problem with the UPS. I paid more for it than I should have, but it doesn't matter. It's G.I. Joe 21. Also known as Silent Interlude. There is not one word spoken. It is Snake Eyes on a mission to save Scarlet from Cobra.
And if you've never read it before...
And it's also the introduction of Storm Shadow.
Yep.
And you can't read this one. That's the beautiful part about it. That's why it's called Silent Interlude. You cannot read it.
Just watch image after image, and it says it all. It's Larry Hama at his best.
Yes.
I do wish to meet him again.
Just to have that sign.
I want to have that sign. I want to be the guy that comes to Larry Hama with the comic book and go like, Mister, can you sign it for me, please?
Yes. So we've met Larry Hama. We've talked to him.
Already. We've
awesome
met him
guy.
Before.
But G.I. Joe 21, I received it finally this week. I opened it up and I went, wait a minute. It's not even yellow. The pages are intact. Yes, it is beaten up. It is. I paid more with it than it's worth, but that doesn't matter. The emotional value behind it is immeasurable. And it is a beautiful copy. It was so fun to read. And the best part is, you could say whatever you want. Great combination for this week. It was the re-edition of G.I. Joe #1.
Frackin' man.
Frackin'.
Right, because I'm a big Battlestar Galactica guy. I do enjoy that the fact they don't say the F word. They say frack.
Yeah.
And so frackin' man.
Thank you, Katie Sackhoff.
Yep. We have to tag her.
Yes, we will.
G.I. Joe number 21 got
No, #1 was re-editioned because Marvel no longer owns the intellectual property of G.I. Joe. It is now Skybound Image.
And
they decided to say, hey, Larry Hama, we're keeping you. We want you to continue the longest running comic book in comic book history, which is over 300 issues that Larry Hama has written.
And Larry Hama is a veteran. Actually.
Yes, he is.
I think he made the Korean War and the
Vietnam
War.
Even if you watch MASH, the TV show MASH, he is in that TV show about the Korean War. So Larry Hama, he's an awesome person. He was great to talk to. And then this week, I was able to...
And the guy used to write comic books with a more military point of view.
Yeah. And what was fun with Larry Hama, for those, just a side note, he did G.I. Joe, but he was also extremely well known for the work he did in X-Men, especially for Wolverine. Yep. He was extremely detailed and had a nice touch of violence.
And there's one thing there's one square.
Yeah, oh my God, I forget what it's written. One cell. There we go. One cell in this because I bought 2 copies. I have a copy for Cal, and a copy for me. It's a re-edition of G.I. Joe #1, which Larry Hama himself acknowledged he hated the original version that came out in '83 because an editor changed something that he had no knowledge of. That was published, and he said, no, I hate it just because of that. But in this edition...
We have the Larry Hama version.
Yes.
Which is, the cell actually says it's General Hawk.
Yes.
He says, we're soldiers. Our job is to do the unthinkable and be forgotten.
That was originally taken out.
Yep.
Because of politics and whatever else during the 80s. And it just happens to be the week of Remembrance Day.
Yep.
And it's a beautiful, honestly, The edition that Cal has in his hands, I have had time to read it as well. Again, after like 30 years, basically. It's a beautiful edition. It is printed on newspaper print.
Newspaper print. It's
newspaper print paper.
And
like back in the day.
Yep. And the alternate cover that you have.
Yes.
It's on the original cover is like the Mobat, the tank with
the G.I. Joe jumping off.
Yep. And you have the version, the alternate cover, which is Cobra. It's a his tank.
Exactly. And it's the Cobra off. Main characters jumping off. Yeah.
It's excellent.
It's beautiful.
Excellent.
It's beautiful. Yep. And that's what Cal and I do. Like we buy each other comic books, and we subscribe to series. Like for instance, we've talked in the past, especially in French, Blue Book and Cyberpunk. I order 2 variant covers. I order one variant for me, and I want to order one variant for Cal. So we always have the same comic but a different variant.
We did the same for Sisters of Battle.
Yeah, that's right. We did Sisters of Battle like
Marvel,
that. That's
about
right.
The universe of Warhammer 40K.
That's right. We did, and it was such a beautiful copy
Excellent.
too. It was beautiful stuff.
Yep.
Beautiful. Oh my God! Do we start talking about comic books now?
Do we take a break and after that we come back to it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah. So right now we're gonna take
back.
a break, and we'll be right back after these short messages. And we are back.
And we're back to
yes, we
KBSF,
are.
the English
That's
version of the podcast about geek culture.
That's right.
We're
Reverse 69.
Number 69, and we're knowing better since forever. Sean?
Yep. We were talking about variants the last couple minutes. Just before, we were talking about variant covers. How you get one and I get another. There's something I discussed this week with Première Issue, which is my
comic
local
book place.
Well, drug dealer.
Yep.
Because it's insane how much money I waste on them. Just to have a high. I love my comic book high. I love smelling those things. Like Cal mentioned, if you listen to the French version of our show, Cal mentions often how much I love to sniff my comic books.
Actually, usually when you talk to me about a comic book, you're taking it out of plastic bag and
you're sniffing it.
You're sniffing it like my daughter sniffing her cat.
Okay. Adult podcast, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Won't go there.
And so, alternate cover. Are there too much of it?
Oh, I think there is. I think that, yes and no. What I hate about the variant covers is that there's way too many, and more often than not, the variant cover artist is not the artist that draws the interiors. And what I realized discussing with Simon at Première Issue, he himself buys variant covers. We just waste so much money to buy more than one copy of the same comic that we would read once or twice anyway. It's the same thing inside no matter what, even if the cover changes. But what I explained to Simon was when I buy a variant cover, I buy the variant cover of an artist that I enjoy. Someone that I can't afford either buying an original copy of their art or I can't find a print of their art. So what I do, I buy a variant cover that they do, that particular artist, and I use that as my wall art. I frame it, and I put it on the wall. And it only costs me $3-4. It's a lot cheaper than actually buying a real print from the artist, because honestly, they are expensive. And also, as well, like there's one artist that I really enjoy, Sid Mead, who did the vehicle artwork for Blade Runner 1 and 2 before he died. He has a book out of all his artwork, but instead of tearing out pages of his artwork, I realized that the comic book Blade Runner, they have a variant cover of his art. It's like, that's what I'm looking for. So I buy it and I'm going to frame it and put it on my wall. And I've started doing the same thing with Supergirl World of Tomorrow. Woman of Tomorrow, that's like, anyway. Listen to the French version. You'll see why I love that comic book. Anyway, what do you think about variant covers, Cal?
Actually, I think variant cover can be an excellent way of encouraging or liking, like you said before, a piece of art made by another drawer,
an artist
that made it. Actually, I do enjoy it when I buy the reprint of the recueil,
trade.
the
trade paperback.
Trade paperback. And I can have all the different alternate covers at the end. That's one thing that I really enjoy.
Especially with the French versions, when they do alternate, when they release trade paperbacks of comic books, especially The Walking Dead, especially Image comic books, or even sometimes with Marvel and DC, in the French versions of it, they're very lucky. They get all the variants at the end.
Yep.
More often than not. Than in the English versions. It's very interesting to see that.
And in a Comic-Con that we've went before,
yes,
some guy came with us at the Comic-Con, Martineau.
Yeah, that's
which
right.
Is, used to be which I used to work with. He had some comic book of Batman, I think so.
Yes.
But the alternate cover was made by
Neil Adams.
Mr. Neil Adams.
Mm-hmm.
He got it signed. Grade, trade, and everything like that.
CGC graded it?
Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, God.
Directly at the comic book.
Do you remember
Comic-Con.
Do you remember when this was?
Maybe like before the death.
Yeah, obviously it was before he died. Neil Adams died, yeah. Oh, so that might be worth a lot now. Ever since Neil Adams has passed away, his original artwork, either a print or otherwise, it was a good speculation. Because, if you listen to the French version of the show, Cal did not realize how important Neil Adams is to the comic book world. And
that's the whole story of my life. Meeting with comic book guys, and every time they go like, "Hey, you're not a fanboy? Okay, so let's talk."
Yeah, which we did this year. It was our first time at KBSF. We officially interviewed 2 comic book royalty.
Yep.
In Quebec City, and we spent an hour each talking to them. And we weren't bothered. They did have no problem talking to us because we were not stuck in a huge market where everybody knows who they were. Yep. We just showed up and we had a one-to-one conversation as a person interested in their art form. And were they ever generous? Renee Witherstatter, Arthur Sweedham, sorry.
That was
incredible. I talked to people today. I talked to Simon from Première Issue. He's a huge fan of She-Hulk.
Okay.
And he goes, "What did you do?" I was like, "Yeah, I talked to the person responsible for those comic books that you are crazy for an hour." And he goes, "What?" "Yes." And she was so generous. Anything and everything. Family life, personal life, professional life.
Being a woman in a big macho
world. And then how her vision of it, which was, I was surprised to see, is like, no. It's like, oh shit, you're a strong woman. Because you do not see the bullshit that other people went through because you're a strong, independent person and you knew what you wanted. It's like, huh. Okay, I was surprised by her answer. I was really surprised by her answer when she answered us, and how saying that the worst experience she had as a woman in the industry happened this year.
Yep.
And she's been there since the 70s. Just to show you how strong of a personality she is.
And if you don't
she's
know,
awesome.
She's so much big of a person in the Marvel universe.
Yes.
That she's already listed. She's listed as her own character.
That's right. In IMDb, she's listed as the creator and as herself. There's no one else listed as that. She's listed as a creator, an editor, a producer, a publisher, an agent, and as herself.
If you're listening to it right now,
Renee,
or after, we raise our glasses.
Yep.
To you.
Yep. And what an amazing person you are.
Amazing person you are, and all the job that you've made.
That's right. For all the work you've done over the past 4 decades. Over the past 4 decades. And she's still going. She's there at Comic-Cons, left, right, and center. Yep. A wonderful person. I was such an honor to actually spend an hour talking with her. Beautiful things. And the worst part is, she helped us discover new things about the city that we did not know about our own city. Who knew about goat tours? You can have a packed goat with you walking through the mountains in Quebec City.
Yeah.
I did not know about this.
No. And we're dead.
And we live here. We've been here forever. And then this... Anyway, thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Thank you, Renee. Ah, yes. So, anyway, comic books. Talking about... Last thing about comic books. Okay, everyone knows my passion for comic books. Everybody does. This week, I found one that I was pleasantly surprised. It's called Lotus Land. It has everything that I enjoy about my geek culture. It has magic, it has great characters, and it's based in the future. So basically, it's Blade Runner mixed with Sin City, mixed with Shadowrun. Yep. Crazy insane. And the beautiful part is, it's not a comic book company. It's not Marvel. It's not DC. It's not Image. It's Boom. Boom. Independent company. If I remember correctly, they're American, but the story idea came out of, for me personally, came out of nowhere. I was not expecting it. First couple of pages, I wasn't too sure. Fifth page, I went, okay, it's getting better. And by the end, it's like, okay, I need more. It's such a departure from what we're used to with Marvel and DC. Like one of our listeners who, like when we talk about comic books, he's not so much into Marvel DC. So maybe with this, he might be interested. Like, yes, the art style, like Cal had mentioned in the French version, it has that European feel to it. It has that heavy metal kind of atmosphere. Yeah. Atmosphere.
Kind of vibes and alternate comic books and everything like that.
And it's Canadian too. That's what the fun part about Lotus Land. It's very fun. Very fun. That's a nice little segue into talking about the rest of our Marvel DC universe. What else happened this week that we realized? Other things announced this week. We already talked about Reed Richards with Pedro Pascal, but they also mentioned...
Actually, we're going to do it kind of fast forward.
Oh, because
Superman Legacy is going to go out on the...
Yeah, it's going to be released July 11th, 2025.
And the evil character is going to be the Engineer.
Well, that's right. The main villain is going to be Engineer. She's a character. She is a character from the Wildstorm Wildcats universe, which came from Image. It's going to be very interesting. Honestly, this is something to look into. This is something to wait for, and I think it will change DCU for the better. This is going to be something. Thank you, James Gunn, for having this kind of new vision of what kind of Superman universe we can see. So Superman Legacy, because of the new villain that's going to be announced, is going to be interesting. And now we talk about that was DCU, and in the MCU.
Actually, this week we've learned that Matt Shakman is going to be.
That's right. It's going to be the director of the Fantastic Four. Those who don't know, he is the showrunner and/or director of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's a TV show. For me personally, it was hard to get into.
Okay.
Really hard, but because of the strong characters and the subject matter, it was coming out of left field. It was odd and weird, but Mark Shakman. Shakman? I forget exactly. Shakman. The way he was able to integrate the weirdness of all these people and the weirdness of these stories together and make something good might give him the power to make something interesting with Fantastic Four. If Disney doesn't have too much say in what he does, it's going to be interesting. I think it might be a match.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean, I've learned about Tubi TV by going on my PlayStation 4 at the time, and there was having like application you might want to put on your PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I've saw Tubi TV. What is that? I've looked for it on the internet. It was like that's a streaming service which is free.
That's right.
But this week,
this week TV, they announced they're doing a partnership with a company called Blacklist. It's a production company, and what they do, they pick up scripts from artists and directors and producers of shows that have not been picked up by the major studios. And I went, oh, wait a minute, that's interesting. And I looked into it a bit more. So Tubi TV, a streaming platform, free. In 2025, they want to they want to compete with Netflix, Marvel, and everything else. Not Marvel, but Netflix, Disney, and Amazon for originals. So they're going to take this production company, Blacklist, take those people that their ideas were refused by Hollywood, and make it into Tubi originals. There could be something special there. And what was fun that I realized, you and I, Cal, myself, Sean, as you as well, our listeners, can submit your own ideas. And if they're accepted, they can be a Tubi original TV or movie.
And you have until
March 15th of 2024. March 15th to give your ideas.
So get working on your computer.
If you already have an idea and you're looking for someone to help you out, hey, Tubi TV, check it out. And if it does happen that you are accepted for some reason, maybe a little shout out. Hey, KBSF, there, help me. Push me into getting my idea pushed into an actual production scenario.
We're going to do actually some figuration.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We're willing for it. I know. We could be like the two comic book guys, debating on the street.
Exactly. We'll participate. We'll be in the background characters, just walking along the sidewalk,
like Jay and Silent Bob.
Exactly. Just a cameo that shows out of nowhere.
Yep.
So that would be awesome.
Sean, this week we've actually tried a beer called
in link with our comic book theme. We're doing Heroin.
It was so good that we already finished it before
I know, Heroin is so good.
It was
Heroin there, I mean,
IPA 6%. You can have it on a chalut.
Oh, you mean we're talking about beer?
Yep. Yeah. Well, we have.
Yeah, so basically we tried a beer that I discovered at Chalut, which is a local corner store here in Quebec that specializes in beer, in Quebec City, that
craft
is.
Beer?
Yeah, craft beer. And I found this one. It is $2.99 for a 500 milliliter at, if you're in Quebec City area, in the Saint-Emile neighborhood. Because Kel tried to find it elsewhere. He wasn't able to find it.
I tried to find it in Limoilou. And they didn't have it, but they told me that they have it in Beauport also.
Yeah. So for $2.99, it's a delicious IPA, very tropical flavored. It is heavy on the hops. No, it's not heavy on the hops. It has some sugar residue in it.
Yeah.
But it is an IPA. It's not the best. It is far from being the worst, but it's well done. And the company is Grande from Boisbriand, which is not too far from Montreal. Very nice beer. Very nice way to end our episode on a delicious tasting beer, which has a great theme because we just talked about comic books. Heroin.
Yep. Actually, you've just listened to the first official, because we did a
tryout, a test. Yeah.
In English for the podcast KBSF.
Yeah, it was episode 67, if I remember correctly. Could be, doesn't matter. This is 69.2.
69.2.
Reverse 69.
Oh my God. So,
yes. Okay. Yes. Sorry.
We
honestly,
we hoped you liked it.
That's right.
If you did,
if you enjoyed it, if you enjoyed what you listened to, please do not hesitate to comment on our social media. There is Facebook, Instagram, even Gmail. We have a Gmail address. Write us, no problem. Don't forget to rate us. The streaming platform that you listen to our beautiful podcast on, rate us, subscribe, and most importantly, comment. We actually have giveaways. We have giveaways, and last week, we actually gave away something really awesome. And maybe next week, because you're an English listener, we might have something for you. You never know. On that, it is time for us to end. It is a good evening. It's a good night.
We did enjoy
our time tonight. We're happy to be with you. We're happy that we were part of your lives.
We are KBSF, and we are knowing better since forever. My name is
It still is
Cal Bourdage.
And I'm Sean Feeney.
And we wish you a happy week. And
geek. Have a great week.
Have a great week. Stay geek. Yep. Stay true. Stay yourself.
And
stay
we'll
curious.
Talk to you next time.
Yep.
Take care, everyone.
Salut. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.